You've been really patient, and Mindful Musings will begin shortly. Also, once the show starts, we'll keep open the chat box so you can add comments and questions to us. We'll begin shortly. Here's a call out. Are you a person with skills in technology, marketing, or would like to get involved with a community organization dedicated to storytelling theater? We are looking for volunteers, board members, and some performers to train. We have ongoing auditions for our performance ensemble. If you have that talent or some skills, or you'd like to recommend someone, give us a holler. The Red Altar Story is a story of early California Chinese fishing villages along the Monterey coast of California. It's now available as an online video, a novel, and an education project in schools. The Red Altar is a true life story of immigration and survival of Chinese Americans set in the backdrop of one of America's darkest chapters, the anti-Chinese exclusion era of the late 1800s. This story.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Welcome, everyone. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Both of you said, Susan, nice to see you. Thank you.
Hi, Susan Slavin. So nice to see you. Well, hear you. I see a lot of people. Marie from my college, also, and Diana Way. Wow, and Dwayne. All right. We have a lovely program for you today. And the first thing I want to do is to welcome you and then to have our own Tashi Namate Weiss, who is one of our staff members here at Eth-Noh-Tec, is going to welcome us with a chant and drumming. Take it away, Tashi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tashi. I also go by Uta. And I want to share a song that is based on the Reiki precept. Some of you might be familiar with Reiki, which is a form of hands-on energy healing modality from the lands of Japan, but also universal throughout our world. And the chant translates to just for today, do not worry. Just for today, do not anger. Just for today, practice gratitude. Just for today, be kind to all living beings. And just for today, work patiently and diligently. So yeah, the tune of it came through to me a couple of years ago, and I'll sing it sometimes to just remind myself, to anchor myself in that, in that important reminder of how to be on a day-to-day basis. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the program. You guys are muted.
Some of you may not be able to hear us because of an update in your audio platform. Well, let's see if
So so some of you cannot hear. Let's go back to gallery and see how many people are not being able to hear us.
So we're going to put it on gallery.
So can you raise your hand if you can't hear?
Or put on your video so we can see where your hands are up.
Okay, so it sounds like everyone here is now hearing. Right?
I think so. Okay.
Okay, good. All right, well, thank you very, very much, Tashi. That was lovely. She's usually in our doing all our really high-tech stuff along with Brittany. Brittany, by the way, who is doing our tech tonight. Both of them are staff members and very talented. And Tashi's been working with our archiving, and she helps produce the videos of our events here, et cetera, et cetera. She's amazing. So this is the first time we've heard her sing. It was lovely. Thank you.
Our theme tonight?
Yes, our theme tonight is sharing joy. And I know for myself that sometimes I feel guilty being joyful. Being able to go out and enjoy the sun and be with friends, to go out to dinner, to watch any movie I want on Netflix, being able to just have heat in my home. I know so many are not having these simple pleasures, these very privileged at this point experiences in life. I know people are still going through the court trying to get justice for their loved one being murdered. There's just so much going on. And I know for myself that I have to remind myself that it's all right to be joyful. That we have to be joyful, because if we are not, our energy is sapped, and we won't be able to deal with all the horrible things going on in our world and in our country.
We need to be in touch with that joy, because that is what's going to power us through these very dark and unpredictable times, dangerous times. So many people around the world are going through just essentials of not getting water, not getting food. So for those of us that are privileged,
to have a time like this, we really want to empower our joy so it can drive our work, whatever we're doing, whether it be in healthcare or education or in community service. Let that power of joy be the fuel that empowers us to do the good work in the world.
So I'd like to share with you right now a poem from Rumi. Our friend Angie Rickson was supposed to do the Rumi poems, and she's so lovely because she has this lovely English accent. It just somehow makes things sound so much
Nancy
lovelier.
can do one if you want.
I can, yes, I can, but I won't. I'll do my regular, and but it's a perfect segue into the rest of the program. So here it is. Sorrow prepares you for joy. It violently sweeps everything out of your house so that new joy can find space to enter. It shakes the yellow leaves from the bough of your heart so that fresh green leaves can grow in their place. It pulls up the rotten roots so that new roots hidden beneath have room to grow. Whatever sorrow shakes from your heart, far better things will take their place. Rumi. And now, a story from Robert.
That's me.
Which is one of my favorites that he does. He thinks it's for kids, but I think it's not. I think it's for all of us. And so...
Okay. Well, before we start that too, is that we created a theme for today about joy. We also wanted to include the essence of gratitude. They do go hand in hand. I know that there's a colleague in our community, Reverend Masato Kawahatsu. He runs the Kongo Buddhist Church, and he always talks about gratitude. That if we can come from an empowering place of acknowledging gratitude, he says, try your best to try to recount 1,000 expressions of gratitude. What are you grateful for? The sky, the air, your family, your relationships. And so when I decided to choose this story, this is kind of a combination of the gift of gratitude, the gift of giving, and certainly in tune with this season. So let me do a very quick costume change right now. So abracadabra, here I go. Poof! Now, some of you may or may not know that not only am I a storyteller, I'm also a musician, and I love percussion and rhythm. Well, when I found the story from India, it combined both of those interests, story and music. I present to you now a folktale from India called The Drummer Boy. Dun 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 dun. Once upon a time, there was a boy who loved rhythms. He was really good at playing any kind of rhythm. He could be a fantastic drummer boy. If only he had a drum, but he did not. He and his mother were far too poor. He could not afford a drum. But his mother could afford a little bit of wheat flour so she could make that chapati bread. Coming back from the marketplace, she was thinking about his desires of music and, alas, cannot afford even a little bit of food. I wish I could buy him a drum. So suddenly she noticed there on the road there was a stick. Well, we can't afford a drum, but maybe he could pretend playing a drum with a stick. So she hid that gift of a stick behind her back, stepped into the house and said, "Drummer boy." "Oh, Mama, oh, did you buy me candy?" "No." "A toy?" "No." "Oh, Mama, how did you do this? Could you afford to buy me a drum?" "Well, I can't, but I got you a stick." "Oh, well," the boy took that gift of a stick and said what any young proper boy would say when given a gift. "Nandri, thank you very much, Mama." "Rumba Nandri, thank you very much, for you got an idea. I could pretend I'm playing a drum with a stick." Dun, 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 taka taka dun, 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 dun. And he ran outside to play with that imaginary drum with a very real gift of a stick. Oh, he's such a good boy. Meanwhile, the drummer boy was out there playing with his imaginary drum when he saw the boy next door. Very sad, crying in fact. Well, not because the boy was injured, not because that crying boy was sad. The boy next door was crying actually because he was hungry. Well, the drummer boy quickly ran back inside, told his mother what he saw, and "So sad," said his mother. "I wish there was some way we could help. They're poorer than we are, even though the father sells clay pots for a living." "Oh no, how will I make this chapati bread? I did not gather enough firewood. How will I finish making the chapati bread? We have no firewood." "We do." And he gave his mother the gift of a stick that fed the fire, which made that bread. Chapati bread. And the boy was so grateful to have some food in his stomach with the gift of bread. And he ran outside to play, dum 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 dum, tuned to the beat of the drum music in his heart when he saw the crying child and offered some food to help that child. Now the father of that hungry child saw this act of kindness. "So you're such a generous boy. Thank you so much. I wish I could help you somehow. Thank you somehow." "Wait a minute. Since no one's buying my clay pots, here, take a clay pot." "Oh, what'll I do with this?" "I don't know. You have a good imagination. You'll find some way to use that clay pot." Doom. Suddenly, the boy, got an idea. I can pretend it's a drum. And he pounded that clay pot, dun ka tak taka dun dun dun, and thanked the man. Nandri, dun dun taka taka dun dun dun, and they walked down the road playing that clay pot for a drum, dun 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 dun. Now, as he wandered down by the river, he saw two people down there. They were the washerman and the washerwoman who usually scrubbed the clothes in a pot. Well, that wife was very angry. Now look what you've done. You've broken our clay pot. I could not help it. The rock was wet and I slipped. And now when it fell, it dashed into 1,000 pieces. The wife and the husband were so sad. How will we make a living now without a clay pot? And the drummer boy looked at his clay pot. Here, take mine. Well, now the washerman and the washerwoman had a clay pot. They could continue their work. Oh, so thankful, so grateful. Now, wait, I want to thank you. I must have something. Oh, take my coat. And the man took his own man-sized coat, dusty as it was, and gave it as a gift to the boy. The boy put on that man-sized coat. Wow, it is kind of big. As he dusted it off, he thanked the man for the gift of a coat. Rumbanandri, thank you very much. And as they walked down the road, that drummer boy kept that drum music in his heart, dusting off that dusty coat. Dun da, dun dun da, dun dun da, dun dun da, dun dun dun. Farther down the river, he happened to see a man in the water, up to his waist. Oh, sir, how can we have no clothes on? Oh, alas, I have no clothes, indeed. Oh, why not? Well, you see, I sell horses for a living. Oh, and why don't you have clothes? Well, you see, my horses there, I led them to the river so they could drink water. Yes, how come we have no clothes on? Well, you see, I thought I'd go for a swim. It's so hot now. I hung up all my clothes, and while I was in the water, a thief came along. That bandit took all of my clothes and ran off, and now I've been in this water for hours. I'm going to catch my death of cold. Achoo! Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Here, take my coat. It's too big for me. And he threw that coat to the man in the water who put it on and kept so warm. Oh, thank you. It was so helpful. What a gift that was. Gift? I have a gift for you. And he untied one of his horses. Take one of my horses. I'm so thankful. Well, the drummer boy climbed up on the back of that horse. Thank you, Mr. Horseman. Nandri, thank you very much. And as the drummer boy trotted down the road, keeping that drum beat in his heart to the hoofbeat sound of the hoofing drums. And along the way, he came upon a row of men sitting down in the shade of a tree. They were finely dressed. It looked like a wedding party on their way to a bride's home. They had wedding gifts and they had presents and fine things and even a band of musicians sitting so sadly. And the groom himself, was pounding his head. My wedding is ruined. Oh, hello, sir. Why are you so sad? This should be a happy day. Indeed, it should be, but I have all the fine things. But alas, the man who was supposed to deliver the wedding horse that I might ride upon it on my way to the celebration, he never showed up. I have no horse. How can we do our procession without a horse? Oh, here, take this horse. And the boy gave the groom a gift of a horse. Oh, the wedding day is saved. Oh, thank you, young man. Oh, I truly want to thank you. Hey, look, come. Look, I have many fine things. Please take something. Oh, the boy looked. Indeed, there were splendid gifts. There was ornaments and jewelry and fine brassware and bolts of cloth and spices and fancy foods. Oh, no, I cannot take these. Why not? I'm ever so grateful. Yes, but that's for your wedding. I cannot take that. Well, there must be something you want. And again the boy took a look. Please, take a look, anything. Again he looked and he was about to give up. And suddenly he saw the musicians. Could I have one of those? And that drummer boy was pointing to none other than a drum. A maradangum, a double-headed drum. The musician came up saying, "Here, take my maradangum. I've got many of these back home. And besides, while we're at the big city, I can buy a new one for the wedding. Here, take my maradangum." And he handed the boy his very own double-headed drum. Dum, 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 maradam. And the boy thanked him as he drummed, dum, 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 and waved goodbye to the wedding procession. Barakok, barakok, barakok. Congratulations. Quickly, the drummer boy ran back home, playing his drum. Dun, 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 dun. But as he drew closer home, he stopped playing. Dun. Hid the drum behind his back. What'll I tell my mama? How can I possibly explain this? And so he carefully stepped into the house. He knew what he needed to say. Mama, look, I have a maradang, my own drum. Tugu-tugu-tugu-tung. How? Where? When? What? Tell me, how did this come to be? And the drummer boy sat his mother down and told him the story of many gifts. The gift of a stick became a gift of the bread. The gift of the bread became a gift of the pot. The gift of the pot became a gift of a coat. The gift of the coat became a gift of a horse. And that gift of a horse became a gift of a dum. Manadangam, my own drum. And the drummer boy played that drum. He ran outside to share his musical gift with his new friend next door. Mama smiled. Oh, he's such a good boy. And she knew deeply that the greatest gift was not from the drum at all, but was from the gift and the beat of that drummer boy's most loving heart. Doom.
Thank you, Robert.
Nandi, Rumma Nandi.
It was, Robert and I usually move a lot when we're telling stories. So, Robert had to sit still and do it. So, you should see him when he's actually moving. It's so wonderful. So, yay for joy and giving and gratitude. Now, I would like to introduce you to someone I'm very grateful for, and that is Sarah DeBeer. She is here. She's a storyteller, but she's also an amazing poet, really fun poet. Sarah, take it away.
Well, I was thinking about the poems that we had decided I would share, and I was thinking about how just now we've experienced the joy of listening to wonderful sounds, the sounds that just bring pleasure to us. And these two poems are more about taste. And the first one is about my daughter, Parsley Girl. Chubby feet don't just dangle from their grocery cart seat. Those soft feet dance despite the danger of kicking up against the metallic bars that surround my sweet child who dances on grass, on wood, on concrete. Everywhere she goes, she dances, and I smile at her and call her my dancy prancy girl. But if the dancing stops and she makes a noise of protest, I head for the produce, snatch up a bunch of parsley and hand it to her, knowing there is nothing that would keep her happier than munching on those green, frilly leaves whose juices color her oh so busy mouth. We roll past pasta boxes, the kingdom of crackers, the cities of cereal. The eyes of the cart pushers who pass us widen at the sight of my green-mouthed child. No smear of chocolate for her. That's from my memory of being a mother. This goes further back to the memory of being a child myself with longings for special, delicious things. And it's called The Trouble with the Taffy. Each winter of my childhood, Uncle Clarence, whoever he was, sent far too much saltwater taffy. The trouble was not the waxed paper wrappers, nor the unfavorite flavors, strawberry, spearmint, licorice, that glared at us from their vast glass taffy jar as they grew tougher and harder with each passing day. The trouble with the saltwater taffy was that it was not the pralines Uncle Clarence sent to my parents. Pralines, rounded, golden brown caramels, each crowned with a single perfect pecan. Every year, I'd be granted one soft, sweet, sublime taste, as if being allowed one glimpse of heaven. Throughout the year, I'd pray to the one who was Uncle Clarence that he'd realize I'd outgrown the saltwater taffy, discover I was worthy of pralines. One year, while I was still a child, no box arrived. Now that I am grown, I search in vain for a praline that can match my memory of those rounded, golden brown caramels. My only hope is that someday I'll round a corner and there he will be, Uncle Clarence. He'll say, "My, how you've grown," and hand me a box of pralines, each with its single perfect pecan crown.
Oh, the joys of being a mother when our daughters or sons are being lovely, and the joys of being a child. Ah, yes.
I want pralines now.
I love when I was in New Orleans, a taffy man would come by in a little truck, kind of like your ice cream truck, but it was a taffy truck. And part of his little truck had a glass window and with a little thing underneath where you could, pass the taffy back and forth. But in that truck, behind that glass, you could see the taffy being stretched. Yeah. Oh, I love that taffy.
It reminded me too that sometimes when that taffy sits there far too long, trying to clear off the wax paper and it's stuck in that. You just do it.
And you spit out the
You
wax
spit out the wax
paper.
paper.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you. I'm sure a whole bunch of you out there also have wonderful memories like that can bring us joy. But before we start a conversation about such things, I want to do one more Rumi poem. And this is it. Your grief for what you've lost lifts a mirror up to where you are bravely working. Expecting the worst, you look, and instead, here's the joyful face you've been wanting to see. Your hand opens and closes. If it were always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in every small contracting and expanding, the two as beautifully balanced and coordinated as birds' wings.
Wow.
It was amazing, man. So now let's have a conversation about what brings you joy. And after we do that one, we'll talk about what we're grateful for, so that we can all be lifted in this time of darkness, and we can, in our own lives, become the light. That's why we're here, and I hope that's exactly why you're here, so that we can share our joys. So,
And they could be simple joys, simple
Yeah.
as your morning
One little
cup
thing.
of coffee. That's mine.
all right, let's go to gallery and let's take a view of everybody, and please just, speak up.
Well, I want to say what joy I'm getting from Diane Cox being here. I saw her at the
Hey,
beginning of
Diane.
COVID, and I haven't seen her since. I'm sorry, Diana.
Diana, wait. Yes.
Yes, well, I will show you something on my wrist. It's something that Cox sent me today. It's my birthday. And sent me this today. And she shared this several years ago. And there's another alligator. Because if you know me, I tell alligator stories. And so I am grateful to Diane for sending me my alligators today.
There you go.
There you go. Yay, alligators. I'd see you later, alligator. All right.
It brought me a lot of joy today.
Great. Thank you, Diana. Someone else. Not all at once.
Hi, Nancy. This is Marie.
Hi, Marie.
I find a lot of joy in working in a garden. Sometimes, I feel like I get rid of all my stress into the soil, and I think I have the most stressed garden in the world, but it's beautiful. And I can't wait till the snow goes away and this horrible weather clears up for us in the Chicago area, so I can be out again and enjoying. In fact, I have a corner of my condo that's full of flowers, full of plants. And I just think of it as being my little indoor garden. Thank you. And I do get joy that way.
Thank you, Marie. Yes, nothing
Yes.
like gardening. I mean, there's something
Gardening.
to do with the dirt and just sun, water, and dirt, and miracles
Yeah.
start growing. It's totally amazing.
Yeah. The time too, that it's you can't rush a plant to grow. It's going to be what it is. And so there's a lot of acceptance and nurturing, and just a great metaphor for being at peace, watching and nurturing a plant.
I'm going to piggyback on this a little bit.
Oh, Diana, we can't. There you go.
Hi. Right now, I have some pansies that are blooming in my house. When we went out we were working with our grass and trying to get a lawn that looked like something besides obnoxious weeds. And at the grass pad, they had pansies in the fall because pansies like cool. And I bought them, and I couldn't bear to have them freeze. So I dug them up and I brought them in the house, and they're by my my sliding door to my deck, and I have pansies in December, and I can't think of a more joyous little thing.
They're so cute.
Their little faces.
Yeah, they're so cute.
They sound like a song. Pansies in December.
Hey, write it down.
And thinking of songs and joy, I remember you, Diane, at some of the national conferences, grabbing a piano and singing with a lot of our storytelling friends. We're going to do that.
I love singing with you.
That was fun.
I wore my joy shirt tonight.
Oh, yay. Yay for joy. Next.
Joey has something.
Oh,
I want to talk about a really joyous celebration that we had at our friend Christine Brooks in the, I don't know if she's in your corner over there, and she's to the right of me. And it was a gingerbread house making party. And there were children running everywhere and making gingerbread houses, and the parents were making gingerbread houses, and it was just a most wonderful, delightful, joyous get together.
Well, and Joey, because he's who he is, he did not make a gingerbread house. He took the ice cream cones that Krisha had provided and made two gnomes out walking a dog. But
Show us. Do you have it?
I can pull it up if you make it so I can share. But we should go over to Krisha.
Yeah.
Christine,
Okay.
But it was really a very happy scene. It was amazingly happy scene.
I'll say one other thing
Uh-huh.
that Krisha had to take a break during COVID, but she did. I'm hearing back. Do people hear like an echo kind of thing happening? No. Oh, anyway, she for like 20 years or something, Krisha, she had gingerbread parties.
Yes, I remember when we took our kids to someone's house to do that. It's so wonderful.
Well, I'll tell you the story of the gingerbread house kit. You know, I decided that my children needed to make gingerbread houses in order to have a happy childhood. They were 3 and 5, and I could not find a gingerbread house, like a decent gingerbread house. I tried these molds where you press the cookie dough in. I tried like all kinds of things, and I couldn't get anything to work. And so finally one day after Halloween, we had little Halloween treat bags, and I cut the bags like a pattern to make a front and a back and two sides and a roof. And I cut each house out by hand. And I could only make about 5 gingerbread houses doing it that way. And so a friend of mine who was also a storyteller, Eileen King, gave me the idea that I could find someone to make them, like a tinsmith or something like that, to make them for me, or ironsmith or something. And she planted this seed in my head. And I went to my hardware store and I asked the owner of the hardware store if he had any ideas of how I could make my own gingerbread house cookies. And so he gave me tin flashing and a utility knife and some glue. And I cut up little strips of tin and I bent them to match my patterns and glued them. And then I could make 25 gingerbread house cookies, like for 25 houses. And I invited all my friends to come. I think there were 2 or 3 kids. And that was the beginning of our gingerbread house parties. And they were so much fun. And people brought X-Acto knives and made like pianos with moving keys, like, you know, little baby grand pianos and stuff. So anyway, this year I was finally able to do it with my grandkids there too. And I wanted to share when you talked about joy. My grandkids were living in Idaho and I live in Connecticut, so I didn't get to see them very much. But they moved to Connecticut a couple years ago, and so now I can make gingerbread houses with my little grandson. He's 3 now, and we just have such a little. I have also a granddaughter, but she's kind of in school. She's 6, so I don't get to see her quite as much as my grandson. But the other day, my son-in-law took him home, and he told me that Cass, my grandson, said, "I like Grandma. Can we give her a dino? Can we buy her a dino?" He's into dinosaurs. I thought it was the cutest thing. And the last bit of joy I wanted to share with you is that, you know, having him near me, you know, in Connecticut, I get to see a lot of him. And a few months ago, he was at my house having dinner, and he came and he was sitting on my lap, and we were hugging each other. And he was so affectionate. He's just a real loving, sweet, funny little boy. And he was looking at me. He says, "I love you, Grandma." And I said, "I love you, Cass." And we were just having this real sweet, loving moment together. And he looked at me and he says, "Why are you so old, Grandma?" And I said, "Oh, because I was born a long time ago." I said, "Why do you say that I'm so old?" I don't think of myself as being that old. He said, "Because you have a wrinkly neck." I just thought it was the funniest thing. So then for a few weeks, I was putting vitamin E in my neck every night. It didn't work. But anyway, he's my little joy. So,
Yes.
The
anyway,
kids say the darndest things. Remember our daughter?
I know. It's like we were just like in so much love. And, why are you so old, Grandma?
Yep.
Honesty.
Our grandson does the same thing. Grandma, you're old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you find the picture of the gnomes, Sarah?
You're muted.
We try to make you
Oh,
host.
we can't hear you.
Yeah. I'm about to pull it up. Brittany was able to do it.
Oh, good.
Okay, somebody else should talk.
Somebody else. Yeah, someone else share your joy, please.
Hi, you guys. I could read a poem.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Susan.
Hi guys. It ends up uplifting. It starts out a little down, but that's okay. A lot of things do. Okay, it's called Amalgamated Cup of Coffee. This year I have been called to the what? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. This year I have been called to the gallows and the precipice where vacuums fill once solid space. Peered into the divide, consulted God and the stars as to my origin, as to life's textured and finite trajectories. And now, a cup of coffee. Newly ground beans, rich cocoa, local gold honey, creamy coconut oil, dash of cinnamon and cayenne, simmer together in a round, forever patient earth clay cup. Everything bubbling up together at the top, separate circles within a whole container, contained within the rim, homogenized pools, anchored in an antique blue and white English porcelain saucer on a brocade plum and silver cloth. I do bow to beauty, raise my arms to the forest, rooted. Sun rises through stained glass windows, melting pristine fallen snow, delight again in hot, sugary solitude of all the travel trails, purity of inner space, elements of loss and grace, kindnesses, hope, bowed heads of disappointment, all mingling this newfound path, listening to glistening quiet of steam, harmony, pace, stillness, peace of resolution, old things to release, new things to claim, and so begin again.
Oh, thank you, Susan.
Wow.
Is there an author?
Well, it's from one of my books, Painted Bird, Painted Skies, and Pastel Poems.
And so it's your poem.
Oh, that's right, Nance.
Wow,
Beautiful.
Susan, it's lovely. Susan is a visual artist, beautiful colors.
Thank
And poet, as we
And
heard.
now, yeah, and has been always a great writer, but poetry too. Thank you, Susan.
So
Thank
here comes a little bit of gingerbread.
Okay. Look at the
Wow.
gnome.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Cone heads.
Oh, wow.
They're marching,
Wow.
Fun.
walking the
Fantastic.
dog.
Oh, thank you. Fun.
Yeah.
I
Fun.
thought of it as a grandpa walking a grandson and a dog.
For
A
those,
grandchild, a grandchild.
now, how many of you have made gingerbread houses before? And getting those corners to stick and the
Oh
construction.
gosh, yeah.
Then after it's just perfect and it sits there for days upon weeks, you're tempted to eat it, but you
Don't
dare
wanna
not.
ruin it.
Yeah.
I've always wondered,
I have.
do people eat it afterwards?
Sometimes the
You're
brave,
supposed to, right?
you could.
Yeah.
It's food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be Hansel and Gretel.
Or you could be like Godzilla. You could get a little 3-year-old to be Godzilla and eat it.
I think the younger you are, the faster you eat it. There's all these pieces of candy that you want to.
Oh yeah.
Yes, right. Also, back to Susan, that poem you read. I just found myself sitting cozy by a fireplace with some cider, apple cider vinegar, apple cider with cinnamon, and just
Yeah.
feeling cozy listening to that, and also reminiscing and thinking about how at this time in many of our lives that we know there's tragedy, there's loss, but there's also celebration of life, and we're reminded of our relationships with our loved ones. So thank you, Susan.
Yeah, you're welcome. I want to share too on a real level. About 2 months ago, I was so despondent, like, oh my God, about the world, right? And watching the news too much and everything. And when I could no longer go further down that rabbit hole for like a week and a half, I stopped watching the news and I went, okay, who are you? What do you bring?
Yes.
Then within 2 months, I 25 greeting cards out of my pastel paintings and photography. And it was like, okay, get yourself up and help the world and help yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because that's the first thing you have to do. You yourself have to be in a place that you are grounded and you feel as whole as possible, or else there's no way that you can actually make much of a difference out there in the world. I mean, not as much as you could.
Yeah.
So they always say it starts at home, right?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. She's in Orcas Island.
I have a story that I'd like to share, and it's a memory from about 3.5, 4 years ago. Trip that I took to England with my husband, and we went to visit my first grandbaby. On Christmas, we flew to England. Never fly on Christmas. It was
Diana, your sound is breaking up.
Yeah.
we were out on Christmas Eve, and of course, the airports were terrible, and all of the flights were delayed. When we got to Newark, we sat on a tarmac for 3.5 hours. We got off the plane we knew we'd missed our flight to London. We were not going to make it to London in time for Christmas Eve, which meant that our son-in-law was not going to be able to pick us up at the airport, or he was going to miss his first Christmas with first child if he had picked us up at the airport. It was just going to be a mess. I was in tears. My husband was mad. My daughter, older daughter, was with us. She was mad. We were all very frustrated. Suddenly, somebody came up and said, "Hey, everybody who was supposed to be on flight 2733 to London, come this way now. Hurry." And we rushed to this gate and said, "We're going to get on the plane." It was a half hour after the plane was supposed to have taken off. But somehow it hadn't taken off yet, and they were going to get us on the plane. And we looked around, and there were these two little girls. They were 4 years old. Each one of them was wearing a little Santa elf costume, and they were singing and laughing and playing with each other. All the adults at the gate were frustrated and mad and stomping around and trying to figure things out on their phones. And these two little girls were dancing and singing and laughing and at the windows, and they were waving at the plane, pilot and everything. And we found out that what had happened was these two little girls were waving at the pilot. The gate had closed. The pilot was getting ready to take off. He looked back and he saw these two little girls. And he radioed back in and he said, "Were those two little girls supposed to be on this plane?" And they said, "Yes." And he said, "Open the gate. I cannot disappoint those two little girls and leave them behind." And he opened the gates again, and he let everybody who was standing there on the plane. And that's how we got to get on the plane, and we got to be in England for our grandbaby's first Christmas.
Wow. That's a miracle.
So that was joy.
Yes,
Powerful
indeed.
joy.
The power of being
Yes.
spontaneous
And,
little fellas.
Being in the moment.
Yeah.
and those babies were so sweet. I gave them all the candy I had.
Whoa.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So just, name one thing. The sunrise, the sunset, just what brings you joy. Doesn't have to be a long story. It just can be one simple thing that brings you joy. So Mary, Rupa, Joy, Jane,
Sunset.
yes, Mary.
Sunset. Definitely sunset. I look forward to it every day. But the biggest, of course, is we've already got a theme going. When the little tiny nibblings come to play, that's the best there is. I mean, there's nothing better. And I cannot remember which storyteller said it, but when she asked her grandmother why her skin was so loose, she said it was to have a place to keep the stories. So there's our answer.
That's
And
great.
this
Yeah.
meeting is also giving me joy. So thank you.
Thanks, Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
I don't have grandchildren. My son has a dog, but I love hearing how much sweet love there is with grandchildren. Just enough, not too much. I'm like, okay, enough already, but like it's so sweet.
Wow.
I think I'm enjoying the simple pleasures these days. I just want normalcy, and not hear bad news all the time. I think that's the most precious thing we can have, to just know everybody's well and happy, and not being traumatized by whatever is going on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rupa. Yes, we are fortunate to know people who are all well and not being traumatized. We're very, very lucky.
Yeah. Keeping in communication with people, finding your circles, your support, a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time.
So important.
Yeah.
So important. Community, relationship. Okay, someone else.
I see Leanne. Come on out, Leanne. Out in Davis, California. Oh, there you are.
Oh, look at that gorgeous hair.
Okay, well, one of my joys that I'm so grateful for is this guy.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
He's a big cat.
Yes,
He's
a big.
He's very affectionate. He just has to be near me all the time, including walking on the keyboard of the computer, which of course messes things up tremendously. But he's been on my lap, and He's trying to get away, but here he is.
And what's the big cat's
I
name?
find, you know, just like if I'm having a bad day or something, just hold him and snuggle him. It makes such a difference.
Yes, our pets are great. Our pets love us no matter what.
Wow.
Thank you.
What's your big cat's name?
Neo.
Neo.
Neo, like from the Matrix, Neo.
Matrix.
I
He's
didn't
like that
name
cat.
him.
He's like
I
that cat that walks backward and forward in Matrix.
I acquired him. It's an interesting story. I'll tell a little bit. So Josie, my cat, who was 16 years old, died in April. And I was thinking at my age, do I get another cat? Am I too old? Well, then I found out a friend of mine at church had a cat that she turned out to be allergic to that her daughter had left with her.
Oh.
So within a couple of weeks after losing Josie, I had Neo. And that's the name he came with.
Nice, nice.
Wow.
You never know when the miracle walks along into your home. Yeah. Great. Who hasn't?
Jane, let's
or
hear from you,
Kat
Jane.
Or Dwayne.
How you doing, Jane?
One thing.
Maybe Jane's grabbing a sandwich out of the
And
fridge
Kat
right
too. And Dwayne.
now. And Dwayne.
Okay, well, let's go on to what we're grateful for.
Gratitudes.
One thing. I'm grateful for having a grandson who lives right under where we live, so we
Right
get to
down
see
here.
him a lot, and he's just a little bundle of joy. So
And
it's
then some.
and then some. After about 5 hours, it's enough. Go home. But it's because his energy is like constant. Yeah, but I'm grateful for that, and he also brings me joy. Yeah.
Nancy, didn't you know that when you're born, God gives you a certain amount of joy and a certain amount of energy, and you use it up when you're a kid. And so when you're this age, the energy's gone.
I hope not. I need my energy.
No, I think it's a renewable energy.
Yeah, renewable.
Ah,
Yeah.
you got better technology.
Solar and wind power.
Sarah.
Something truly miraculous happened for me. When I was in college back in the 1970s, end of 70s, early 80s, I took a class in animation. I made a 16 millimeter animated film. And I did some of it was soft sculpture dolls. And it's been sitting on reels in my house. My daughter, who's now 27, is studying to be a film archivist. And she just transferred the whole thing digitally. And I saw it. I hadn't seen it for whatever, 40 years.
Wow.
And she liked it.
Nice.
Wow.
So you're grateful for your daughter. Yes.
And
Nice.
digital, yeah. Wow. That's great. Other gratitudes.
I'm grateful for being able to understand my granddaughter in England because she's 4 years old, but she has had a hearing disability. And last spring, she got hearing aids. And so recently, she is speaking more clearly. And last week, when I spoke to her, she asked me if I wanted a chocolate sundae. So it was to her, and it's done for her accent from a 4-year-old asking if you want chocolate sundae.
Yes. Miracle of hearing aids. Yeah.
Other gratitudes.
Unmute, Marie. Press that, that unmute
The
thing.
little microphone's on a red cross out.
There you go.
There we
Okay.
Let her rip.
The thing that I'm grateful for is the fact that, well, we're getting older and we had a house with 3 sets of stairs. And I thought, well, we have to take care of this and move someplace. And we moved into a condo that's right kind of in the middle of town. We were close to our church, the library, lots of restaurants. And from the first day that we moved in, everybody was so wonderful here. And when my husband got sick and he had dementia, he would fall a lot. The guys would come down, help me pick him up. And everybody was so good. They just, I don't know how to thank them enough, so it's very hard. Since he passed away, they've been right here with me. And I try to just invite them in. We have crazy little meals together and stuff like that. So it's really a wonderful place. I'm so happy that we're here. So that's why I'm grateful for.
Yes, neighbors and friends who are
Community.
and kindness, grateful for kindness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Where we are on the subject of joys and gratitude, I see we have a new visitor, Oni Lasana. Yeah, if you have any gratitude you want to share with this group or for other people.
Yeah. Rupa, are you ready?
Yeah, I must also say that my grandson brings me the most joy. Though he doesn't live in the same building, he's 20 minutes away. But I really feel blessed. He's our one and only grandchild, and I'm so happy that he came along.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? I mean, I never saw myself as a grandma. It's lovely. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mary. Diane.
I have
Louder.
It's hard to choose what I'm grateful for because I have so many things that I feel blessed in so many different ways that just picking one gratitude. I'm sitting here looking at the Christmas tree we put up. I knew I had to have it up by the 24th because that's when our granddaughter's getting here. And now I'm sitting here enjoying it in the quiet of the evening, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that I have a granddaughter. We had 3 kids. My husband says, we didn't really get a good payback on that, but she's great. I'm grateful for her. Holidays with children have a special sparkle and a special feeling to them. We can enjoy them as we grow up and whatnot, but bringing a child back into that celebration, just gives it a life that it doesn't have otherwise. So I guess I'm grateful for kids.
Yeah. Very magical. It can be very magical indeed. Someone else.
I was struck by what Mary wrote in the chat. Mary, you wrote nibblings, the offspring of my siblings. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
That is right. The nibblings taught me that term. It's for all the nieces, nephews, and undecideds. So, and it's I love it. I want it to be in the dictionary.
Right to Webster.
I think the more we use it, because that's what they go by, the more we put it into use, the more likely it will be to happen. And the little ones do give that joy. And the bigger ones, when I need help, they come to help.
So family, relations. Yes, indeed.
I like that, nibblings. Sounds like what they do at the buffet table during the holidays.
This one is 1B.
Now, close to yum enough.
1B. You do not nibble on the nibblings.
And during cold season, there's nibblings.
They are.
Oh, all right.
But
Well,
I'm gonna, just because um there there are definitely many more times in our lives when we're around other wonderful adults than we rarely get to be around little kids. So I want to celebrate the times when I'm around wonderful adults, and one of them is Nancy Wang, and she and I are part of a work story alone together thing where we zoom in, and here I am on the East Coast and Nancy's on the West Coast, and for years now we've grown in friendship. And I just wanted to say that I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful to you, Nancy, for all that you have given to me.
oh, and I'm grateful for your love of life and your bubbly personality and the joy you bring with your lovely poems. And I wish we lived closer together. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, can't hear you, Diana. You're muted, Diana.
mute.
Diana, muted.
Unmute.
You're still,
She's still unmuted.
you're still muted.
There's a lag time.
And she's frozen.
So just to jump in, because it's the Zoom that brought us all together. So grateful for Zoomy experiences.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Amazing.
Well, let us all thank each other for being here and for us to be able to enjoy an hour of sharing and the joy and the gratitude. And we didn't have a song. We could end with "E La La," which is a Filipino wonderful song, or we can end with my father's favorite song. I don't know if you know. Yes, go ahead, Christine.
I have this song that was, well, the words were spoken or written by the Dalai Lama. And I really love this song. It should be sung with a ukulele, which I don't play, so I don't have a ukulele. But anyway, it goes like this. Every day, think as you wake up. Today I am fortunate to have woken up. I am alive. I have a precious human life, and I'm not gonna waste it.
Wow, just true. Just grateful just for waking up to our lives. Yes, indeed.
I love that
Thank
song.
you. Thank you. My father has a song. It's not as spiritual as that and lovely, but it was this song that stuck with me forever. It was his favorite song, and maybe you know it. It goes like this. Katie, beautiful Katie, you're the only one that I've ever adored. In the moonshine and over night, I'll be waiting at the kitchen door. Yeah.
Right. As we start to wrap up here, are there any announcements you'd like to share, or any events that
Any other song?
or song?
Yes, Mary.
Not an announcement, but you reminded me of a very charming gentleman at Portfolio Gallery in St. Louis. And I said, "It's a nice day." And he said, "Darling, in a day I'm looking at the grass from this side is a good day."
Wow.
That's a
That's
good thing to
good.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
There
share?
was a song, Robert.
sure.
Okay. Taught me a song a long time when I'm trying to remember all of the words. We don't know who we become. Oh,
The song.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Who do we become? I don't remember it. It was at the workshop a long time ago.
It might have been We Wonder
We
Where
don't
We've All Come
know
From. We wonder
yes,
who we will become.
who we will become.
Yes, thank you, Dinah, for
Thank
remembering
you.
that. She was one of our first people to take our 3-day summer workshop on storytelling and movement. Yeah.
That was fun. And
That was so much
Kim
fun.
Rivers from Florida was part of that too.
And they laughed so hard together, they were peeing in their pants.
peeing in her pants.
That's what I remember.
And I remember too, it happened to be on the weekend of Gay Pride weekend, and you two went out on the
Well,
street.
we always go on Friday night to see the
Dykes on bikes.
Dykes on bikes without any clothes from the waist up.
And that was quite a sight to behold a lady from Salina, Kansas to see that. What a town.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see, Oni Lasana's trying to get in there again. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So how's it go again? We
Oh,
wonder
Nudie.
where we all come from.
We
Wonder
we wonder who we will
will
become.
become.
Right.
Yes, it's
All right.
an old from a Filipino.
From the Mindanao, from the ethnic minority group, the Maranao people, which I studied the Kulintang gong music, and they have a long epic chant, Siri Dan, Iri Dan, Ala Dan.
Yes.
Sort of an existential chant that is inserted in these long epics, just to get people thinking about their existence and pondering their navel as they're hearing this. Oh, I see Yuri. Hello, Yuri.
Hi, Yuri.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong place.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I mean, I missed some of it, but it's great to see you, and I finally figured out where the Zoom link was.
Oh dear. I
Yeah.
was being recorded.
But I heard a lot of singing already.
There you go. Let's give a shout out to Yuri. She's a longtime friend from the San Francisco days when she was here, living and being involved with a lot of the creative poets and writers and
Journalism.
and just all the weirdos that we love so deeply. And Yuri was married to my good friend Gordy Watanabe, one of the guitar player who passed recently. And so
We lived in the same house, actually.
that's right.
It was called the House on Second Avenue.
That's
In the
right.
Richmond district. We always called it the House on Second Avenue, and we all each had a room or parts of rooms.
Yeah,
And,
it was
yeah.
a crazy place.
It was the party.
Yeah.
The party
Yeah.
house. Yeah,
We should get back together and live in a house together.
an old people's home. We'll party all night. By the way,
And I want to give a quick shout out to Oni Lasana, who's here as well, but missed the program. She is a wonderful, warm, creative, embracing person, community builder. So Oni, there was a recording made. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, Brittany?
And Oni, where do you live? Where's Oni live? She's back east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of energy, a lot of vibrancy.
I think
Yes.
I want to say Baltimore, but I could be completely wrong. I don't, in this Zoom world, I can't keep track of where people are.
Yeah. By the way, back to Yuri. Nancy and I are planning a trip to Japan next year.
Anyone want to join us?
First part is I have a part there. I'm going to visit my ancestral. We're doing a pilgrimage to the Kikuchi family. That's my ancestors' family on Hachijoshima in Hachijo.
It's an island.
Yeah, way
where
out
they
in
sent all the political
and the rascals.
and the criminals.
Wow.
To
I want to go too. I want to go to Hachijo with you guys. It's not that far from Tokyo, actually, right?
I think
It's
an hour
ferry
flight. It's an overnight ferry ride, but
Yeah. I've
hour
been.
flight.
Yeah, I've been to Hachijo before. I mean,
and we're in touch. Apparently, there's several taiko drummers that we'll hook up with.
Take it off.
yeah, because there's a big taiko style there, Hachijo daiko,
Yeah,
which is a really, really cool form of taiko. Is like Japanese drumming. There is like traditional Japanese taiko, but there's also modern taiko, which came after the modern times, and it's it's actually very different from kabuki taiko. But so modern taiko, though, maybe you guys have heard of kodo. I guess they're the most famous ones, and those are it's actually modern music. It's like I guess there's a lot of equivalents of that in Latino music or other forms. Also Korean music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we visited the Kodo group in Sadoshima. Yeah.
So we were just talking about gratitude, and I started saying how much I am grateful for all of you being here, and I also want to say that anytime you want to donate something for today, that'd be great. So we are accepting donations, and I just go to our webpage, which is www.eth-noh-tec.org. Can you put it in the chat, Robert?
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I mean, we love doing this, and we don't want to charge, but we will take donations. Yeah.
For our nonprofit.
So,
where is that spot there?
Anyone have any last songs or anything to be grateful for, or one last thing to take us to the heights?
I have something.
Before we leave.
Yes?
Yes?
Okay. Now it's really sacred. And I thought, well, should I say it? And I started to earlier, but someone else talked and I went, okay, then it's not time. Okay. What's really weird is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes.
Okay.
It's very short. And it literally woke me up one morning in my bed about 15 years ago. It was like an angel dropped down. I'm not kidding. Okay. So it's a really sacred song to me, and I'm serious.
Okay. We're closing our eyes.
Okay. You are the hallowed being, reverence to this world, never giving up on her, the flower or the girl.
Nice. Yes, we will not give up. All right. Thank you, everyone. It's been lovely to spend this time with you. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the new year. Have a happy holiday, and be safe, and remember your joy. And if something gets you down, just remember your joy, and remember to be grateful for something. Just look in your room and say, I'm grateful for that clock, or I'm grateful for the Venetian blinds that don't work.
That's right.
Just keep it in your whole being. Yes. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. All right.
Bye,
folks.
No,
in India. Okay.
People are coming an hour late.
Well, there's a time zone.
I know, it's crazy.
So
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
We'll say hi to
Thank
Shilpa.
you.
Though. All right, Shilpa Metta, hello.
I like how everybody keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, because the fewer there are people, the bigger our, yes.
Let's see, someone's out there. Here comes Shilpa.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, I guess right, or good night on our side, but hello, Shilpa.
Hello, Robert. Hello, Nancy.
Hello.
Are you're in Bangalore or in Chennai? Where are you?
I am in Jaipur.
Oh, Jaipur. Oh, wow.
Well, Shilpa, it's just ending, but we did do a recording so that you can definitely, we'll send that link to you.
Yeah.
Please do.
Do you want to share one thing that you're grateful for and one thing that brings you joy?
Yes. Well, first of all, I think I missed it because of the time zone difference. I couldn't calculate it properly. Yeah. So, and I thought, okay, I'll be before time. Anyway, yes, so I am grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful for many things in life.
Right. Name one.
Yes, name one.
Name one. One, all right. For my family, yeah,
Great.
and the support. Yeah, and the support. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And joy? What one thing that
Joy, I think now what gives me joy is uh, telling stories and then the smile and bringing smile on others' faces.
Yes, yes, lovely. The gift of giving brings you joy.
Gift of giving, yes.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
have put it very properly. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Nice.
Will,
Thank you.
will it be there on your YouTube channel or
Yes,
We'll put
it
on
will
there.
be. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It'll
are
get
you going to upload it?
fixed
Yeah.
up. You know, they do something magic with it.
Yes.
Our staff does, and then it'll go on YouTube, and everybody who registered will find out to get it. You know,
Oh,
want to see it
all
again.
right.
Other people too.
Yeah. But so grateful to be able to meet you and hook up with you on the other side of the planet. We're in Australia, I believe, right?
Yes, we met in Australia. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I guess the South Asian community is getting ready for the next feast conference festival. Huh?
Yes, it's in Chennai in 2026.
Right.
September, I believe.
September 2026. Yes, so I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be there.
It'll,
But
we're waiting for it to cool down to a really cool 100 degrees. Yeah. But we know some other, maybe Alton will be going to that one.
Yeah.
Alton Chant.
Alton, yes,
thank
and
you.
I think yeah, even Selena probably. I think so.
Great. All right.
All right,
We're
everyone.
going to sign
Right,
off.
all right.
We're gonna sign off, and you will hear from us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again in the new year. Happy New Year,
Yes.
everybody.
Yep.
Happy
Have a
New Year
wonderful
and Merry
holiday
Christmas.
season.
Happy Hanukkah, happy Festival of Lights, all of the festivals of joy.
Happy Hanukkah, all of it.
Yeah.
Joy to the world.
We need you now.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.